Berated, B-rated movies. Welcome to Berated, B-rated movies, where B-rated isn't a bad word. I'm Anthony.
And what is up, everybody? I am Brian.
After a few minutes of audio technical issues, we're going, finally.
Right. It's all good. We've had stuff to drink.
Yeah.
Kept it company.
So what's going on with you?
Oh, man. Nothing. I'm trying to think of anything exciting.
Well, you got the fun episode.
Oh, yeah. We just did the Greasy Strangler.
Yes. Bullshit artist.
Bullshit artist. Fucking. That movie was funny, man.
Oh, that movie was funny as hell.
I cracked up a lot watching it.
I had to watch it before I actually did a full listen of the episode.
My arm's super high.
And
Good.
your notes made me do lots of math and
I
counting
thought they were
backwards.
helping you.
No, they were, but then it's
You
like for those people that do podcasts, or like when you take out a piece of the audio, then you're now shorter and you have to count backwards to where that space would be that you have to take out for the next part. Yeah. Little inside baseball there.
We should just fucking let it all be then.
We could do that as a Patreon perk.
Damn. The unedited, uncut.
You get the uncut episode with all of our nonsense.
How much shit we talk before.
I don't know how many people would still like us.
Before, during, and after the movies.
Yeah.
No. No. It was fun. It was fun, man. There were some pretty funny one-liners in there that I was saying. Like when I realized that was Maria from fucking Eastbound Down.
Oh, yeah.
God damn. Yep, those are the hashtags that we're throwing all up. But let's see. They fucking think they solved Tupac's murder. Yeah,
okay.
Right. Right.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just checking our levels real quick. Yeah, we're good.
There you go.
But yeah, that whole thing. Okay, so I don't like this is honestly like one thing where I am shooting from the hip a little bit. I haven't, listened to the experts on this one. But so a guy wrote a book and made some claims.
Well, he was always a person of interest.
Like 20. So this is like, okay, so this is a lot like that OJ thing. There's the book that never came out and the documentary
Yep.
that was held back because the book never came out. Like the if I had done it, this is how I would have done it kind of thing.
Yeah.
And this is more or less like his version of that without going at that angle.
I don't know.
If I'm reading this right.
There's so much shit and so many people and so many turns and so much of it, I'm just like, what the fuck? It's been goddamn 27 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so if they think he's a person of interest.
He's been ever since the first.
Yeah. But it's kind of got to be kind of like one of those, like the Ray Lewis thing, the limo murder.
Well, you would think, I swear there was somewhere there, so there's a statute of limitations. So what, if you murder somebody, if you can make it?
On capital murder? Maybe not.
I don't know. I swear there was something a long time ago. It's like, oh, he murdered them like 60 years ago, so now even if he does get caught.
I just like that.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if you remember that Chris Rock stand-up. This is way back. Where he's like...
So the N-word a lot?
No.
Oh.
Not that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. No, that's a bad idea. Where
you ready?
Where Chris, not Toss Salad Man. No, where he's like Tupac was assassinated, Biggie was assassinated. It's like were they presidents? Were they the Pope?
That's a big theory, man.
The thing is,
There's
I think they
so
were
much
murdered. I don't think they were assassinated. Strong wording.
If I paid somebody to murder you, That's an assassination.
I don't think I'm important enough for an assassination.
Nah. I was like, hey.
Local Las Vegas man who picks his kid up from pre-K was murdered.
Yeah. I'll be like, I lent him a pair of shoes once. He came back and he scuffed the toes. See how petty people can be?
Him.
Yep.
Yeah, you probably could. Yeah, okay.
See, that's what.
No, I don't know if I can trust you.
Just don't borrow my shoes and scuff the toes. That's my one bugaboo. Like, what the fuck does he say?
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing that grinds my gears. Right?
One thing.
You know, when I was in college, we had a house party. And I found a pair of shell toe Adidas at my house.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, somebody left my house without wearing shoes.
Was this an alcohol party?
Always.
So maybe he got, very, very wasted.
It was at my mom's house.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it doesn't matter whose house it was at. Yeah.
Well, it's
thankfully they were my size. Because
so
I rocked
lucky.
the shit out of those shoes.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember, so somebody came to my house wearing shoes, left my house without shoes. Like, that just fucking blows my mind.
That's crazy.
That blows my mind. And so I remember we went to a party where, like, we would throw glass bottles into the fire. And, if you throw bottles into a fire, like, it melts it down.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how drunk I was that night, but I must have stepped into a pile of glass that was melted down,
Yeah.
Because, like, the next day, there was all this cold glass shoved and melted to the bottom of those shell toes.
What the hell?
And then I had to get rid of them, finally, after. Yeah.
No, when you said the no shoes thing, it reminded me. There's a Mike Birbiglia special where he's like, he's in Seattle for the special, and he's talking about Seattle, and he's like, "There's things I've never seen here in Seattle, or I've never seen that I only see here in Seattle." And he's like people that show up to a comedy show with no shoes, and you literally see him walk into the audience, pick up this guy's leg, and show his bare foot.
Yeah. What the fuck, man? There's been times where, like, I'll wear, like, some house slippers around my house, and then I'll have to drive to work. I'll be like, God damn it, and then I'll get to work, and I'll be like, fuck, I have my house slippers on, because, like, I don't really wear,
like
house
work
slippers
clothes
that often. Well, this was back when I didn't work from home.
Okay, yeah.
And so, like, I'd be wearing, like, house slippers that have, like, soles on them, So
you have the illusion of a shoe?
Yeah. And so then I'd be rolling out, or be driving to work, I'd be like, oh, shit, hopefully. It's like when I had to wear, like, a shirt and tie. So shirt and tie and then fucking... Dude.
Slippers. These are Versace house slippers.
I had the worst call out. I had this piece of shit employee that lived, when we worked at State Line. So from our house, it's like a 45-minute drive. Mm-hmm. So this girl didn't live near us. She lived, further away from us. So at least an hour drive.
Jeez.
So this girl, she was supposed to start work at, like, let's say 2. And she calls at, like, 1:45, 1:50. And she's like, hey, I'm out in the parking lot, and I just realized that I didn't wear any shoes, so I'm not coming into work today. I'm like, nah, bitch, you can come in, you can buy a pair of sandals. And she's like, no, but I'm not coming in today. I'm going to go home and get shoes on. I was like, you better get your ass back to work. Yeah, this stupid chick decided to say that she drove all the way to work without any shoes on. And then I was like, well, good thing that we work at a clothing store. We have sandals year round.
Good for you. Yeah,
good thing that you can rock these.
You get to model the product.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Such nerd-ass employees that we had. But anyways.
Yeah. Okay, so I have realized that just because I start things doesn't mean I have to finish them.
Depending on what it is.
Okay, so I was watching. I'm not gonna get too deep in the weeds on it, but that Amazon came out with the documentary about the Duggars, shiny, happy people.
I recall hearing about this.
And I watched it, and like without like going into all of that, because that's super fucking depressing shit. It's
just so weird.
Like
think about. I don't know. Anyway, sorry.
Like yeah, but like no, but I was like going down, you know, like I had to like take breaks because it's like a depression rabbit hole that you find yourself going down. That people like this could exist.
Does it say what they did for a living? Because here's my thing, okay? Like, if you have enough money to buy a big-ass house and a property and support 13 kids, imagine what you could have done if you had, like, 4 kids.
19.
God damn.
19 kids.
I mean, I love getting my wiener wet like the next guy.
Well, no, and they go into all of that. That's part of that.
That thing's got to be beat up.
That International Baptist, whatever it is, the IBLP.
That thing's got to be beat.
They talk about
shit.
the quiverful. That basically, because you are, what's the what am I trying to say here? Basically, like you're creating an army for God, so you are creating the quiverful. So if like you have more arrows
it's like the
to
fucking
shoot,
shroots.
Yeah, it's
the youngest raised the oldest. And
It's
you're like, wait a
insanity.
second, how the fuck does that work?
Yeah, and like
That's just so, it's also
like some parts of that they were like her like she is you know, bordering on medical instability when she's having her 19th child. It's like, geez, I wonder why. I can guess.
that thing's got to seriously be. No amount of Kegels could
Just like
fix that thing.
They go into some of the other stuff. We won't talk about all that because people, if you know, you know,
dude,
because you can't forget.
I've heard stories of, so, you know, remember what my mom's profession was. She would say that she would deliver a baby, and then that night when they go home, basically like get pregnant again.
What the hell?
And then come back.
Don't they tell you not to have sex for 6 weeks?
I don't know.
I mean,
Well,
that's
you know, probably, you know, but all I can think of is like I'm proud of what I'm packing,
yeah.
but I'm not packing a 22-inch, 8.5 pound.
You're not Big Ronnie.
You know what I'm saying? And so even with that, like, I'm pretty sure if I would have gone up to my wife after she had our kid and been like, "What's up, babe? You in the mood?" She would have punched me right in the face.
Yeah, I
You
think
know?
that's
She's like,
a
"Do you
no-go.
see what we just did?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did. What's up? You ready for another one?" No, instantly kicked that person.
Oh my!
I don't understand. Like, my mom was seriously saying, she's like, "No, there's siblings that are like 10 months apart, 9 months apart." There's some lady who, God, she said that there was, yeah, like almost, like, "Congratulations, we got home from the hospital. Let's get down." You know, like, damn, give that woman a break.
Yeah, I know.
You know, like the people that pregnant and then pregnant, then pregnant and pregnant and pregnant. Like, damn, man.
Which okay, like
To each their own.
Like to each their own. I get that there are those people that like they want to get them all out of the way young so they can live later. Because, like, you know, they have...
Dude, I come from a gigantic family.
Yeah, like, they have kids but when they're, like, you know, like, in their early 20s. So when they turn 40, it's like all their kids are either graduated or out of the house.
But then why would you want so many kids?
Some people do.
I don't know.
That was the thing. It's like, this is terrible, and I'm sorry in advance.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
We had, like... One of my buddies that I graduated from nursing school with, we ended up at the same duty station, and he got married to another one of the
Duggars.
Another one of the students or another nursing student from our class, like so, and she was talking about like because I remember she was talking about it in front of us. She was like, "I want 5 kids," and
so she just like to get down.
But like she came from like a Midwestern family. Like I think they live in Oklahoma now.
Yeah, you have one kid to chop the wood, one kid to bring the wood in, one kid to
you have an army.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like we made some dumb joke like didn't you know that like the only people that have a bunch of kids are uneducated people? Like they're just being stupid.
And that's
Okay,
that's where that movie.
So that's why I say sorry in advance. I was not serious.
That's where that movie. Fucking what the hell? Idiocracy comes into play.
What was the name of the president? Hector Mountain Dew.
I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah. Brought to you by American Express.
Mm-hmm. It's what the plants need.
Brondo. It's got what plants need.
Jesus. Like, I really feel like that's what the fucking...
That's where we're headed.
That's what the world is coming down to.
Go away, baiting.
Dude, without getting into too much race shit, I saw a post, and you're just like, you can't be serious. So I posted, it's like, black people made Wakanda, and white people made Chicago. Where would you want to live? And you're just like, is Wakanda real?
Wakanda's not an actual place. It's in a Marvel movie.
I mean, who wouldn't want to live in Wakanda, though?
Okay, it was in a comic book before that.
But, I mean, I'd be like, I have an option to either live in Wakanda or...
Chicago.
Right? You know what I'm saying? I can go there and live with fucking superheroes. Hold on a second.
Yeah, but... you see how they fight when somebody's trying to become the leader? Like, you fight to the death.
God, yeah. There's probably zero crime in Wakanda.
It's probably exactly like Sparta in 300.
Dude.
Because, like, a lot of the stuff they don't talk about in that movie, they just gloss it over because they want to get to the cool parts.
I would just fight somebody. It's like, meet me at the waterfall. I'd be like, no. That way you can't pick me up and throw me off the waterfall. You can pick it up and like throw me on the ground and be like, oh, all right, I quit.
Like, tap.
Kumite. And I'd fucking leave. Stay away from his right leg. Yeah. Yep. Something backfired on me. So I saw one of my neighbors. They were teaching a martial art in their gym. Or not their gym, their garage. Like, had pads up, mats everywhere, everything like that. And I was like, fuck. So I was like, you know what? I'll teach his son how to fight. And then he can teach my son how to fight because, you know how kids are.
Yeah.
Like, you can be freaking, I don't know, Jeff Bezos. And be like, okay, son, I'm going to teach you how to make Amazon. He'll be like, no, I want somebody else to. Like, no, what the fuck? Like, I know how to do this.
Yeah.
I can show you how to do this. No. So I was like, hey, I got a proposition for you. You know, and he's like, oh, on top of what I do here, like, I also do that. I was like, well, fuck you then. I guess I can't, I was trying to say, teach my kid, I'll teach yours. And then he's like, oh, I also know that. And I was like, all right, never mind then. So that didn't work out in how I planned it to be. You know, I was thinking about putting a sword in my garage and seeing if his son would steal it so then I could chop his hat bill off.
Which, okay, speaking of swords, I don't know if you've heard about this guy.
Edward Scissorhands.
No, not Edward Scissorhands.
Okay.
There's this guy, John Romano, who went to jail for like, I want to say like 20 plus years for a school shooting. Like, I think he shot one person. And like, the guy seems genuinely repentant. Like, I don't live inside people's minds, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, that part, you know, I don't know about. But basically, like, this guy gets out of prison after he served his time.
Already?
Like, because it was like 20 years.
Damn.
Like a 20-year sentence.
We're old.
He did it in like 2002 or 3 or whatever.
Exactly.
And 2002, and he's been out for like a year the year he gets out. He's working at like a nonprofit or whatever. And there's this guy there who seems to be like genuinely mentally disturbed, and they ask this guy kindly, like, you can finish your food, but you're gonna have to leave. And they're trying to like de-escalate the whole situation. He's like, well, can I go get my stuff? And so then the guy like goes to get his stuff because they have lockers that people put their stuff in, and he had a fucking samurai sword in his locker, and he's chasing this guy with a samurai sword and cuts him a bunch of times.
That's official.
Like with this sword to the point that like he
The school shooter or the other guy?
The school shooter.
So the school shooter obviously never matured.
No, the school shooter gets attacked by the guy with the samurai sword.
Okay.
Yeah. And he what is it like and he's cut up so badly he can't move. He's bleeding.
Damn.
They had to sew his body back together.
Probably sucks to be a victim of something like that.
And he was a year later, he was finally able to go back and work at his soup kitchen nonprofit job.
All right. Did he say why he shut up his school?
Well, yeah, he talked about it, and he said he was just like he didn't want to live. He was in a like a bad mental place, and it's one of those hurt people things.
It's pretty nerderific.
Like he didn't go seek help like he should have. He was in therapy for years, but he never talked about his problems because he had.
So he just wasted everybody's time.
Well, he didn't want to. He was a victim of abuse, like sexual abuse, and he didn't talk about it because he was ashamed. Because it's one of those things. It's like guys get sexually abused. They don't talk about it because.
Yeah, I know a bunch of guys that.
What are you, gay? Yeah, that's the mentality.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys that. I can't remember what it was saying. It was say something that only 10%. So it's like something where it's like a 40% of like domestic violence is like that's reported as like male versus female or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But then it's like only 10% of female versus male reported, but it study shows that it's actually twice as high for female versus male than is the male versus female reported. You're just like, goddamn, so 80% of fucking domestic abuse things is the opposite way around?
Well, I mean,
like,
I'd have to look at those numbers.
This is pretty fucking weird-ass number.
Yeah.
How about you just not get into a relationship with somebody that wants to fight you?
It's
Boom.
Easier said.
Nah, that's my first. When I go on blind dates, I say, hey, would you want to fight me? They said no. And I was like, all right, let's continue inside the restaurant.
But,
okay, let's have a drink. Sorry. I was at the grocery store the other day, and there was something wrong with the front door, the electric ones that keep sliding, and it would close about 25% of the way, and then it would like shake and then open back up. And it was open back up, it's like, and it was making this fucked up sounds. And I was like, what the hell? And I was waiting, and then it's like, and then it closed about 20% of the way. That opened back up, was like making the fucking, like it was a ghost sounds, dude.
It was
possessed. Like, either that's a fucking legit ass door, or you guys need to get some WD-40 or something to fix this shit.
Yeah.
Because it was like loud too. You're just like, damn. Like I said, it was pretty funny, those sounds. It was like a ghost. It was just haunting the shit out of that grocery store right there.
It's the haunted grocery store.
Fucked up.
It's going to start throwing potatoes at people.
We were watching a movie the other day, and my son, there was a scene. It was an old movie where people were being hung. It was Shanghai Nights. So there's that scene
with Jackie Chan
and yeah. There's that scene where they're about to be hung, and that little fucking kid throws those tomatoes at him and the fucking lettuce. And my son's like, is that even legal? I'm like, fuck yeah, it's legal to throw rotten tomatoes and shit at people like that.
Yeah, really.
Like, that just doesn't seem like it'd be legal. And I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. I taught my son well, don't be an asshole to people.
Exactly.
Just the fact that he's like, is that even legal? Where it's like, yeah, they probably sold the fucking tomato to that kid right when he got into that group of people about to see what's going to go down. So that something just touched me.
Well, that's the sound.
Oh, wait. What are we drinking?
We are drinking Dubliner Irish whiskey. It's a bourbon casked aged whiskey.
It's good.
It's pretty smooth. It's very it goes well.
Pretty smoothie.
I don't think I've gotten far enough into the movie that I figured out what a smoothie is.
Dude. He just says, "Don't get smooth with my girl." He's just a smooth talker, man. Fucking smoothie. But
All right.
yeah, let's grab this refill.
All right. Well, thank you for listening, and we'll catch you on the movie. Thank you for listening to the podcast. This podcast is available on all major podcast networks and YouTube. If you like what you're hearing, please follow, like, and subscribe to us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.